absolutely. So, oh, right here, this one will work too, yeah. When we do the, I'll kind of give a word after the prayer. That'll be a time to go get the fruit as I talk through that.
He said when they get ready to give a word after the prayer, that'd be a good time to go get it. Oh, really? Get it that same?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if we need the mic tonight, right here. I'll just talk normal to you guys. Welcome on in, guys. Appreciate you guys. We got some newcomers coming on in here. And I'm excited for what we're going to be going into today with the prayer, along with Dr. Diane Collins, who's going to be sharing some amazing smoothie recipes for healing the body through nutrition, and just seeing some phenomenal things come in. So she is a vegetarian chef and a holistic practitioner. So she's going to be sharing a lot of gems in here. Feel free to ask questions, get engaged with this. We will be sampling different smoothies, juicing recipes, and digging into all things nutrition today. And she is phenomenal with the food, so I'm excited to learn from you today personally. So we just want to start off here with some prayer. If you guys are new here, what we're doing is we are praying into building a blue zone here in Dallas. And what that looks like is us getting, a facility, or not a facility, but a community together to where we can grow together happy, healthy, and engaged within what's going on inside of our ecosystem here to the age of 100 plus, where our parents, we don't have to worry about, are they going to make it? We don't have to worry about, are our kids going to have to, take care of us too early? But we can actually focus on legacy, we can focus on sustainability, and we can focus on what does that look like to build that within the family unit. Later today, I'll have Brandon come up and talk a little bit on what he does here too. He's going to be starting a fitness class for seniors locally here. It's just about, 2 blocks away or so? Awesome. So we'll give him a chance to come and share on that later today so you guys can hear a little bit on that. But this is what we need. We need health practitioners like Dr. Diane, like Brandon, who are coming in and championing their abilities in the community to service you guys, to be able to really show up powerfully and say, how can we as a whole build up the body of Christ in health? And we need every single one of us to be excited about that, to be, ready to walk with the Lord on what that individual journey looks like, because what April and Larry are doing is totally different than what Yolanda and Roger might be doing, or what Ann might be doing, or what Brandon might be doing, or what I might be doing, or what Sammy might be doing. So as we walk with the Lord in that, we find our unique journey. We just get to come together as a community to, support each other and make that happen. So I'm just going to begin praying, and I encourage you guys too, is we just pray into this, however the Lord calls you to pray, go ahead and run with that. But be thinking about, what it looks like for our community to come together in building health and building fitness and building nutrition to be core pillars on which we build and we build our family through as we walk with Jesus through this journey. So, Father, I just thank you so much that we have that we just have a platform and a space here to where we can understand and dig into what it looks like to walk with you through our health journey and not forget about you through our health journey. It's so easy to get into the concept of what does this person look like in a magazine or on a social media post and how I might want to mimic that. It's easy to go watch a movie nowadays and say this is the realistic standard for which all men or all women should be reaching to. And instead of just simply asking the question, Lord, what is your standard for our health, God? What is the way for us that you're calling us to walk through this journey of taking care of our bodies? What does it look like to love our bodies as you love us, God? And Jesus is, you gave your body for each and every single one of us. How can we offer our bodies, our mind and our souls as a living sacrifice for you, Jesus, and for the kingdom here to be able to just be used in a way that supports our community, supports our family, and grows beautiful legacy for the kingdom here on earth. So we just pray into the families here today of Cedar Hill, DeSoto, Duncanville, and all surrounding locations here in South Dallas, God, that there just be a revival of health, God, that there just be a revival of people saying, you know what, I want to walk with God in my health. I want to ask the Lord what it looks like to just simply move with Holy Spirit in every decision I make, including my health. That there be a revival here in the community on what it looks like to show up for our families by taking care of ourselves. Not just the old stereotype of the father whose body is broken down, who's given everything he's got to his job just to provide for his family, but a father who gives to his family above, abundantly, and beyond all measure, while taking care of himself through the process. Just this picture of a burnt-out father on a Saturday afternoon, just kind of grumpy or upset because he's just been working so hard throughout the week, and he doesn't know why he's being passive-aggressive towards his children or to his spouse. We just wipe this away in the name of Jesus. We say there's restoration for the parent who feels overwhelmed at the end of a week, who believes that their only comfort comes from eating an entire pizza, or going into the hot dogs, or going into the cookies, or going to the cake, or going to the ice cream shop. You know, Lord, you've made all these delicious foods here on earth for a reason, and none of these are demonic in nature. None of these are terrible in nature, but it's when we go to the food instead of coming to you, Lord. This is where we are repenting today. It's when we go to the food as the comfort rather than going to the comforter and saying, Lord, what is fueling these decisions right now? Where is sadness showing up in my life that I just simply need to work through with you, Lord? Where do I need to lament in a way that is honoring to you, God, and not in a way that is gaining 50, 100 pounds of my body, 20 pounds, whatever amount is that amount that you know is just making a discomfort come in, a disease come in your body. Lord, we just honor you today and say we want to go to you instead, Father. We want to go to you instead. And I just want to pray into the community here too, Lord, just over the realm of fitness and health, God, that this becomes something when somebody decides they want to join a gym, or they want to start walking, or they want to start gardening and making this a fitness habit of theirs, that this mentality of no pain, no gain just gets washed away, Lord, because you're the one who died on the cross. We really don't need to go after any more pain intentionally. You said that there are going to be trials. You said there's going to be tribulations here on earth for us. But why would we go to our health to a place to feel pain? Lord, instead, we offer our fitness up to you, God, and we say, let this become a habit that charges us and does not break us down. God, we don't have to go to the gym and not be able to walk for 2 days afterwards just because we worked out. We can go in, do a couple sets, do a little bit of movement in a way that refreshes us, recharges us, allows us to not just add one other thing into our life that is a stressor, but it becomes a way that we can partner with you to actually remove the stress, remove the obstructions, remove the things that are holding us back from showing up present with our family. So I just want to bless everybody here in the room and the cities around us as a whole, that fitness becomes a blessing in their life. Something that is like a treat. It's like going on a date with your spouse, Lord. We want to walk with you, Jesus, when we go outside. We want you to be there with the gym with us, Lord. We want you to be walking us through each and every single movement. As we go into our gardens, we kneel down, we squat down, we stretch our body. We want you there with us every single step of the way, Jesus. And we just pray into fitness that it be something that nourishes our soul, that it nourishes our body, that it nourishes everything that we do in the Spirit and everything that we do here, Lord. Do not let fitness become something that is tearing somebody's life apart, or that is even becoming too much of an obsession, Lord, because we know that it benefits us some, but it is not the main thing. The main thing is you, Jesus. Why we're here in this room building a health revival is so that we can further pursue you, Jesus. I pray we don't miss the path for the point we're going. God, I pray we don't mistake the tools for an idol. Father, I pray we don't get so wrapped up in our health that we just get into this shame place, or we get into this place of just beating ourselves up because we ate something we said we weren't going to, or we went a little bit left of the diet, or we skipped a workout here today, Lord, because grace abounds in our health. And the practices that we walk through are not what we worship. What we worship is you, Jesus. And we are going through these practices to make sure that we can just do that for a long, long time here on earth. We are excited to step into the realm of heaven. We are excited to engage you at new levels. But Lord, you've got jobs for us here on earth, and we ain't done yet. And we are not leaving early until we get the job done. We are here on assignment in the kingdom, here on purpose for a reason every single day. So we just walk with you today, Lord, and we say we are not giving up early. We are not leaving this earth before our assignment is done. We are showing up here for our children, our grandchildren, the next generation. There are people at our jobs who need us here today. They need us here today. Our church needs us here today, Lord. So give us vision. Allow us to see what it looks like to grow as a family in our health today, Father, and to receive heavenly strategies for how to walk with you today. Holy Spirit, show us what nutrition to go with. Show us what exercises to go with. And Lord, we just partner up with this vision here inside of Trinity Church of building a beautiful prayer garden here, Lord. Building a beautiful project where people can walk through creation, can return back to what it might have felt like in the Garden of Eden, to walk with God, unobstructed, just pure relationship, experiencing creation, seeing the beauty of what you do in the plants, the bugs, the water, the whole ecosystem working together, and to learn deeper lessons of the nature of you, Father, and what you are doing here. So we know you're powering this movement. We know you are blessing this, Lord. So we just ask you to show us the way every single step of how to build this beautiful resource here for our community, God. Show us the people who need it. Show us the companies that we can partner with for the construction, Lord. Show us the different experts who can come in on horticulture, on hydroponics, and different ways that we can learn about our health, how to grow sustainable food sources, Lord. We ask for knowledge on how to grow sustainable food for years to come, God. Show us what it looks like to create. Show us what it looks like to grow, Lord, and to reconnect back into creation, God. Technology is a beautiful thing, but Lord, we want to connect with your earth today, connect with your creation, and just return back to these lessons that you were teaching back in the garden here, Lord. What does it look like to walk with you every single day, Lord? No distractions. As I was praying into this class today, I just got this. I got this image. I was actually sitting by my pool, and I'm a terrible diver. I kind of like sink in the pool naturally, which is really weird because I love the water. But my friend Andrew, who was here at the class last week, has been teaching me to dive. And have you guys ever seen somebody who's really good at diving just enter a pool? And how natural it looks like? It looks like an otter, going into when you look at actual aquatic mammals, they dive into the water. They don't, like a child cannonballs, and it just kind of sinks to the bottom and then comes up trying to get out. But when you look at somebody who's natural to the water, it's like air and water are not separate. They just glide right in. And it was like that when I was watching my buddy just dive into the pool. I'm like, that just looks like how it's supposed to look like. I would cannonball into the water beforehand, and there's this big splash comes up, the water would end up hitting my wife, or water would get on my phone or something. If you think about a cannonball, it's very obstructive. And this image just came up where I just saw God talking about, this is how a lot of people try to enter their health journey. A lot of people are trying to cannonball straight in and get right to the bottom, right? Just let me get to everything right away. Rather than what does it look like to seamlessly dive in? And maybe you just stay on the surface. Maybe that just looks like for you gardening and walking in the beginning. Maybe it doesn't look like you going keto, training at the gym 5 days a week, and gardening, and going for a walk every day, and busting out your bike on the weekends, and coming to the classes on Thursdays, and trying to help your buddies start their health journey so you're joining workouts with them. What if it just looks like a seamless dive in? And what's beautiful about a dive too, and this is just what I really feel the Lord speaking more to this, I'm going to speak more on the prophetic word on this rather than just the imagery of the diving right now, is there's a calling for us to go into our health journey, but not have to tell everybody about it. Right? When you think about that cannonball, everyone in the pool knows what you just did. But someone who's a really good diver, nobody around them might know that they even entered the pool. They just come out, and kind of come through. And so the scripture came up on, as Jesus was talking about fasting in Matthew 9, and we've talked a lot about letting go here in the class. We've talked a lot about what is the Lord calling you to let go of right now? Is it, one thing for me is just mindlessly scrolling through social media at night. That has no point. I should be unwinding with my wife in the evenings. I don't need to be sitting on my phone and watching videos that have no intention to bring value into my life, although some of them are pretty funny, and I do appreciate a good chuckle from time to time. But for the most part, it's not necessarily something that I should be doing at that time. We've all got something that we can be letting go of, that would be benefiting our health. And I just think of this scripture here with fasting as Jesus' question about it in Matthew 9, verse 14. It says, "The disciples of John came to him saying, 'Why do we and the Pharisees fast often, but your disciples do not?' And Jesus said to them, 'Can the friends of the bridegroom mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom will be taken away from them and they will fast. So he's obviously speaking about while he's still there on earth, there wasn't really quite a need for fasting. They're basically celebrating every day. The Messiah is here. But, the day has passed. He's resurrected, and now he shows up through us and with us here as, citizens of the kingdom. And verse 16 says, "No one puts a piece of unshrunk cloth on an old garment, for the patch pulls away from the garment and the tear is made worse. Nor do they put new wine into an old wineskin, or else the wineskins break, the wine is spilled, and the wineskins are ruined. But they put new wine into new wineskins, and both are preserved." And so it's actually funny. I was thinking of the other scripture Jesus was talking on fasting, where he's talking about like to wash your face. But I pulled this one up, and so I actually pulled up the wrong scripture here. But it's even cool here just hearing that perspective of the new wineskin. So, but when we think of that scripture where Jesus was talking about, when you fast like this, right? Wash your face, anoint your face. You don't have to go out on the streets to show everybody that you're fasting. It's the same thing as you're walking through your health journey. I think one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make when they go through their health journey is, what do? They hop right on social media, or they go right into their friends group and say, "Hey, I'm starting this new diet," or I'm going all in and I'm working out every single day for the next X amount of time. And this is like really popular with like the 75 hard movement. A lot of people will kind of join this movement where they'll go all in on working out twice a day, following a diet, and it benefits people tremendously when they follow through. So it's no disrespect to anybody who's doing great things with it. But what I see so often is when you get that congratulations or good job, you get that praise hand emoji and a couple hearts on your Facebook comments of great job, you're starting this workout. A lot of times everything fizzles out after that. A lot of things just start to fizzle out after you get the congratulations from your relatives, or you get the, I'm so proud of you for starting this. And what would it look like to, instead of making this big show, going and diving or dive cannonballing into the pool, instead to just athletically dive into the water. Whatever level you're at, wherever you are, but it's silent. There's not this big splash that hits everybody else around you just yet. You just let yourself be completely saturated in what the Lord is showing you in your health journey and walk through that. Because what happens, you're going to come up, you're going to surface at some point. Somebody will have seen you dive and say, "Hey, what just happened right there?" People are going to start asking questions, not because you made a big show or got loud, but because God's going to work everything that needs to be worked out right there. We don't have to get loud about this. We don't have to judge our relatives because they ate bread. We don't have to judge our relatives because their diet's not the same. We don't have to judge our relatives because they don't train as much as us. What if we just focused on perfecting our entry, perfecting every single day as we go into this journey with the Lord and saying, all right, today I'm diving into the water. How can I do that? Today I'm diving into this walk with you, Lord. What does that look like? And just let the other people see it and be impressed and want to learn more. My buddy Andrew didn't say, "Patrick, you look like a clown when you jump into the water, when you cannonball." It was me going to him and saying, "Dude, that's like a work of art when you get in that water. Like, how can I learn that?" And that, I really do believe, is how we can evangelize in health at a very successful rate. Just show people what it looks like. Show people that you are a different person as you cleaned up your diet. Show people that you're a different person because you've learned to channel your emotions and bring them at the feet of Jesus, and not, be sitting there just stagnant in all the stuff that's digging into you right now. Show them something different, and I really think that's where a lot of the blessing comes in. So I hope that helps somebody here today. We're going to have Dr. Diane come up here in just a second. Brandon, I would love for you to share a little about what you're doing in the community here, and what you're doing with your senior class. Feel free to come on up and introduce yourself, and then Dr. Diane will have you come on in.
How y'all doing?
Oh,
my name is Brandon Hall.
step a little bit over here.
Perfect. I've been a trainer in this area for over 12, 13 years. I just opened up a gym across the highway over near Bamboo Palace and the mattress and the dentist's office right there on Pleasant Run in 67. We've been in operation for a little over a year now. We just had our first year in business. It's exciting. But our gym is called Mint Fitness, MENT, like the suffix mint. So movement, development, encouragement, all of those amazing things. And so the gym's concept is a kind of all-inclusive gym. Our specialty is our group training class. We take kind of an athletic approach, but we regressive for general population. We have members as young as in their 20s, fresh out of college. Our physical therapist is mom. She's 67. Bad shoulder, bad knee. We regress everything to make sure that she gets an amazing workout. And so we also have other programs like our development program for athletes. We have an on-site physical therapist, on-site registered dietitian. We have an involvement program for individuals with IDD, so autism, Asperger's, Down syndrome. We have that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then so that's kind of the overarching everything that we do offer. We are in the process now of wanting to start a senior program. And so that's kind of what I'm speaking on today. But we want to start that on Tuesdays and Thursdays here pretty soon at 8 a.m. And if that time doesn't work, we're open to offering other times as well. But our classes, normal classes, run as early as 4:45 a.m. and as late as 7:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And so that's kind of what we offer. And we're just on the other side of the highway. So, any questions? Any questions or anything? All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you for sharing that. So one thing I love to stress, too, is especially in the kingdom, in whatever field of work you're in, right? We've got multiple health practitioners here in the room. There is no such thing as competition in the kingdom. It is collaboration, right? And it's so important for us as health practitioners to come together like this and just champion each other, right? Because Brandon has solutions that I don't have. Dr. Diane has solutions that I don't have. My wife definitely has solutions inside of her that I have no idea where they come from except for Jesus, because it wouldn't have came to my mind, right? And each person has somebody who's supposed to help them. And, I loved Larry and April shared an analogy one time as we were talking through a situation that was going on in our family. And they painted this picture for every person. God has this line of infinite people who are just showing up, and it's one interaction after another that just transforms this person. And it's knowing that it's not one person's job to change an entire life, because this person is going to be engaging with millions of people throughout their time. And so, as you step in front of somebody, it's just saying, hi, it's my turn. Let me shake your hand and give you something here, because there's more people to come and there are people before me. And I really do believe it's that way within health, right? If I may have helped you, that's my line, that's my time, and I appreciate that. My wife may help you next. Dr. Diane may help you next. Brandon may help you next. And you may even make circles and we might come back around. But we are all here to support each other in that. And I think that is so important that we really stress that here. And I am so excited for what is about to come and taste some of this delicious juicing and smoothies. So thank you. Oh, turn off the screen? Yeah. All right. You mind if I clip you here real quick to make this easy?
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, give it up for Dr. Diane, guys.
Thank you. See, I guess I should have had medium glove.
And this mic is here if you want to use that too.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm Dr. Diane Collins. I'm a holistic practitioner. I'm also a vegetarian chef, a nutritionist, a massage therapist. People laugh at me because I have so many titles behind my name. But when you have to get your continuing education credits, I just kind of take things that marry what it is that I do. I'm a diabetes educator, author of 2 books. And so I'm passionate about the body and health, and realize there's a lot of people on the sidelines because they make poor choices. And one of the characters that I think about quite often is Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And so when they were taken as slaves, and so the king had some choice food. It's kind of like the food that most people eat on a regular basis. They had fried chicken and all this good stuff. But Daniel decided that he was not going to eat that. He said, give me vegetables and water. So the king's servant was like, oh no, we can't give you vegetable and water. If I give you that and you're not looking good, my head will be on the block. You know, he was thinking about I could be dead. So he said, well, give it a try for about 10 days. So he tried it for 10 days, and they came out looking far better than the people that ate the king's choice food. And the reason that they came out looking so much better is because they were eating food that worked at the cellular level. So everything that takes place in your body is happening at the cell. Whether you have health and wellness or you have disease, it's all taking place at the cellular level. So when you are working to turn your boat around, if you're not hitting that cellular level, your boat, you're just hitting symptoms. You got to get to the root to turn the boat around. And when we eat our food, not all foods reach the cells. Like our fried chicken and all that stuff that tastes good, that they have programmed us to just feel like we need. A lot of that stuff don't reach the cells. So you got to make sure you have a balance of food that's reaching the cells. And, you know, it's okay to eat some of that other stuff. But, of course, the food that we eat today is nothing like the food back in Jesus' day that had a lot of life. We eat a lot of dead food. So I'm going to demonstrate juicing first. And then after I do the demonstration of the juicing and the smoothie, then I'll talk a little bit about it. But I like to do it in kind of like a game form. Who am I? So I'm going to need y'all involvement. That way it sticks. Okay. So this is a Braveville juicer. And so I do a lot of smoothies, a lot of juicing, and like blenders. I probably have broken a lot of blenders, but this Ninja blender is my friend. They made it a little different than the regular blender because it has 3 blades. So like I had the Vitamix before, but you know you had that little plunger that you have to push it down. With the Ninja, you don't have to do that. You can put it in there and hit the button, and it whips it up. And I like that. But the Vitamix is a good blender too. Is this when I ran into this baby? We just married each other. No more divorce. I was divorcing the mother jokers because it kept breaking down. So anyway, so then I had a juicer. The top of the line called Norwalk, and but it had a lot of steps to it. So somebody said that the best juicer is the one that you're going to use. So that's how I ended up with the Braveville, because I mean you have to clean it and all, but not as much work as the Norwalk. You would put your carrots in, juice it. It will break it down a little bit to go into a bag, and then you have to press it to extract the rest of the juice. And I said, whew, that's working me a little bit too hard. So this is my baby right here. So we're going to do, I have some carrots, some celery, and apple. And because we have less people, that means we can have more juice. So that works for me. Because I was visualizing a little teeny cup, and I was going to have to sneak somewhere to sip a little bit more. I was going to be behind the scene, and y'all wouldn't be able to see that I was sneaking extra juice. Okay, so I like this particular juice because I don't know if you ever heard of the Max Gerson, or the Gerson therapy. But anyway, they have a center in San Diego. And so Max Gerson, he worked with people that they had different type of illnesses that the doctors gave up on. You know, they had stage 4 cancers or whatever. The doctor would say, I couldn't help you. So he had a whole regimen that he would take them through, and part of it was juice. And they drank a lot of juice during the day. When I did the little internship, we spent the whole day in the kitchen between getting up in the morning, prepping their juice. By the time you finish the juice, then you cleaning the dishes, you setting up for breakfast. By the time you finish breakfast, you getting some more juice. By the time you finish that juice, you're doing lunch. And then you prepping for dinner, then you're doing dinner, and then some more lunch. Some more juice, and then the prepping the coffee in. Trust me, by the time we left out of there, we was dog tired. And so if you're sick, you're going to be exerting a lot of energy to get well, and you can't do that by yourself. So the goal is prevention. It's easier to prevent it than it is to, if you're down in a rabbit hole, then you're trying to pull everybody in there to help you. And usually, I always say it's easy to put the fire out when it's in the basement than when it's up on the roof. When it's up on the roof, they call it this firehouse, that firehouse, all the firehouse coming to try to put out the fire on the that has reached the roof. And usually, that's your family members and friends. And somebody always go down in the flame trying to get the person off the roof. Why go up in the roof when you could have put it out when it was in the basement? So, anyway, I'm going to turn this on. So, I feed a lot at one time. Put some of my apples in there. And I'm thinking I might want to empty my bin back here because it looks like it's getting a little full. Let me check that out. So you can see all the pulp is in here. Mm-hmm. So, well, I'm not going to save it, but you can use it to, make like a carrot salad or something, or you can use it as fiber to, whatever dish that you're making, you can. Yeah, it's dry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would add stuff too because I've taken out a lot of the nutrients. But now my dog likes carrot juice. When I make some carrot juice, he wants his ration.
Could you freeze that?
Yeah, you could.
Could freeze that and use it at a later date?
Okay. Yes, I know. I feel bad for throwing that away. Okay, so I'm going to put that back and finish. Okay, here's our juice. Now, Tog, is one thing I did forget to bring with me. I can't believe I forgot. So usually I strain it, to take that the excess stuff off, and just in case any particles get inside your juice, the strainer helps to take it out. But since we don't have that, I guess I should taste it and make sure it's safe for y'all to drink. Safe for consumption. If I'm still standing here in a minute, you know it's okay.
So what all was in there was apples, celery, and carrots?
Yeah, apple cider. But you can put spinach, kale, you can add different things in it. The thing about juicing, you don't want to add too many things that's tart because then you have to drink it. And if it doesn't taste, I like stuff to taste good. Then if I was sick my body needed it, like when you're sick, you need a lot of greens in there. So it might not taste good, but then I'd be focused on just getting better. But let me see if y'all going to be okay. Yeah, that's good.
You strain it anyway. I wouldn't strain it.
Oh, yeah, well, I know.
Some people might not want the texture.
Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, about 16. But so we could either use that little cup or I can use the.
You want to use a bigger one since we have less people?
We can. What
Okay.
you
You
think?
think it'll last for that one?
I bought it just in case.
Yeah. Everybody looking for.
So we need to make sure we count it right because we don't want to be missing the cup.
So what are, if you had like your top 5 favorite fruits and veggies to
Did you?
use, what would those be?
Well, this is my main go-to.
That is?
And then I'll just add to that, maybe add some spinach or kale.
Okay.
But now celery juice by itself has a whole host of nutrients in it. So depending on what your health issue is, you might want to change what it is that you do. But so celery juice, let's say you was low in sodium, you would want more celery juice as opposed to carrot juice. But the Gershon therapy, their main staple was the carrot juice, and I like that a lot. But the more greens you add in it, the taste change. And I would hear people saying, "Yeah, I tried some juicing," and it sounds like it tastes like some cardboard. Did you can't? Let me count, make sure.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I did count, but I kind of just
Yeah.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14. Okay, cool. And while we're pouring this, guys, feel free to ask some questions and dig in on the wealth of information. I'm curious,
Okay.
is there like a certain amount of ingredients that's kind of like the best per se? Like if you go more than like 5 ingredients, it might not be as good as like if you keep it to 2 or 3? Or does it not really matter too much?
Well, 5 ingredients sounds good.
Yeah.
But, you might have somebody that's, they're guru, and they just want to put as much in there as possible.
Yeah.
You hear people like that. So, yeah, but I would keep mine to about 5 ingredients because I don't want to change the taste too much.
Okay.
And some people have quit juicing because they put the wrong ingredients in there. It didn't taste good, and then they gave up on the juicing. I'm like, the juices are expensive. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, no, you just put the wrong stuff in there. But
What do you think on like citrus fruits, like mango or oranges? Because you can't put the skin in on those ones, right? You have to
no, but like when I'm juicing my oranges,
yeah.
you know the little thing that you use for the lemons? It's got that little spinner. That's what I use to juice my orange.
Okay.
So, yeah. So fruits that's made kind of like an orange, you want to use that type of juicer.
Okay.
I've heard, so juicing something versus like me eating a carrot, what would be the difference? I guess
Okay.
digestion, easier to digest, obviously, but.
Yeah, it is no way that you would get this amount of nutrient. Like if you just juice 1 carrot, you probably wouldn't be able to see the juice. I mean, you would have. It would be maybe that amount. So thank you. Yeah, definitely.
You get more carrots if you juice it more than eating a carrot?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
But it seems like they have the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. You can you can taste the richness of it and the concentration.
If you just eat one carrot, where if you juice 5 of them, you'll get the nutrients of 5 without the substance.
And I will give you more information, but I'm playing a game, so I don't want to give you the answer.
So this is cold too.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
just
right.
'cause you keep it in the fridge?
Yeah, in the fridge. Yes.
Excuse me. Now, I don't know how true this is, but I've heard, because I juice, and that, with what you just did is my favorite. That's what I love the best. But I heard that if you let it sit and not drink it right away, then
It oxidizes.
yeah,
Yeah.
and start losing its potency. Is that true?
Now, when I juice, I'll juice that 5-pound bag of carrots, and then I'll put it in the little mason jars, and it lasts me about 3 days. And then, then you can juice some more. But I don't try to juice for the whole week because, the longer, yeah. And then, like, when you go to the grocery store, they have juices that you can buy, but they put some type of preservative in it to make it last longer. So,
Is it the apples that are making this sweet? I know
Yeah.
carrots are sweet.
carrots are sweet, but the apple it makes it a little more crisp. I could tell y'all going to be home. No, I didn't put any banana. Hold up. Where were you sitting when I did this? Yeah, that was the apple. I was getting ready to say, did I sneak a banana in there and I forgot? Okay, so now I'm about to do a smoothie. Yes.
So if someone wanted to start juicing in their food choice, how would they know a good amount to have on a regular basis?
How much to drink?
Yeah,
Um,
like a whole gallon a day.
Oh, no. So, no, about 8 ounces. But people that are sick, like when I was doing the Gerson therapy, they were getting like 10 glasses of juice. We were juicing all day. They were getting 10 glasses. When you're sick, that juice is what helps keep you alive. So yeah. And on top of, we was fixing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we never left the kitchen. We left out only to realize you had to come back the next day. But we did a modified version of what the participants did, so we could kind of feel what they were going through. And I vow, okay, I do not ever want to be sick because that's work. Okay, so let me see. Do we have some scissors? Or let me see if this is easy to. I might need some man-sized strength.
Luckily, there's a little tool.
Oh, he has a knife.
I got it right here.
Okay, all right. We move this out, move this back a little bit. I'm about to knock it down.
More?
Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, so you can put, thank you. Oh, I need that top though. Okay, so how many people like chocolate smoothies?
Me.
Okay, and some people like vanilla. Well, and I said, there's always somebody that, I love chocolate. I say, but there's always somebody that like vanilla in the group. And sometimes I don't do the vanilla, and they're mad. But I said, I'm going to get some vanilla just in case. Okay, but we're going to start with the chocolate. So this is oat milk. I don't drink regular milk because regular milk is for who? Moo-moo. Who? Yes. So when God made the woman, he made her with breasts to produce milk for her baby. What sometimes we do, we throw the breast milk out the window and we give the baby the, cow milk or whatever. And then you wonder why the child is having allergies and digestive problems because you give them the wrong thing. the cow milk wasn't designed for us, it was designed for the calf. But they sold us a bed of good. What's that saying they have? More milk or something? You had that little white. Got milk, okay. Yeah, so they make that look attractive. But I remember being in school where they would have those little cartons of milk, and we would get an oatmeal cookie and a carton of milk, and you're looking forward to that. But that milk never really went well in my stomach. But I didn't learn about, breast milk and all of that stuff until later. So they have a lot of different milks out. Oat milk, almond milk, cashew milk, soy milk. A lot of people, stray away from soy, but there's a whole lot of other milk. And this milk actually tastes a lot like regular milk. So I like it.
You
So
like the oat milk more so than the almond? Is there
I like almond milk too, but it depends on the brand. Like I like, I think it's a Breeze for the almond milk, and yeah. So some milks are watery. I don't feel like I'm drinking skim milk. So this has a consistency thick enough, just like milk, to make you feel like you're getting some milk. So I'm gonna put 8 ounces of chocolate milk. So a lot of times when I'm making my smoothie, I'm mixing the chocolate and the vanilla. And sometimes you need to shake it a little bit because a lot of the thickness sitting on the bottom, and you don't just want the watery solution on the top. Oh.
So do you go for the smoothies more so when you're looking for like a meal, like with fats and protein in it versus the juice being more like hydrating and nourishing that?
Well, usually I'll do both. Like I might have some juice first thing in the morning. Then my smoothie might be it might be for dinner. If I get done late in the evening, I don't eat real late in the evening, so I'll go for that smoothie every time. Or sometimes I'll switch it around. I might do my smoothie in the morning and have some juice at night. Okay, well I could put a little more in there. Okay, so, let me see. It looks like I forgot something. I don't see my liquid amino. What a bummer. Yeah, I usually will add liquid aminos to my smoothie because different foods have different aminos. So to make sure I get them all, I'll add it to my smoothie. And then sometimes I'm taking the Juice Plus supplement. I'll open up my capsules and dump it in my smoothie. So then that way, all the nutrients is in there. I don't have to worry about taking that later. I cannot believe I left that. Okay, so this is, I'm using the Sun Warrior protein powder. So I'm going to put a couple of those in there.
That's a good brand too.
I like that brand. Okay, and then I like to add a little bit of cacao. I put a lot of stuff in my smoothie because if it's my breakfast or my dinner, I need nutrients. So I'm gonna add a little cacao. That has a lot of nutrients in it. Yeah, I messed up because I can't believe I left that liquid amino.
Does it add flavor or just nutrition?
Nutrition and flavor. This is, I put a little oatmeal in there. I didn't want to bring the whole thing. I put oatmeal in my my smoothie. It'd be like a real meal. Okay, so then I add a little cinnamon.
Is that like the oatmeal powder, or is that?
Well, I actually put some oats in there. So I had this and sometimes I actually use this. Like sometimes I'm making oatmeal with this, But sometimes I put some of that in my smoothie too. But this time I put the oats in there. Let me see, this is cinnamon. So I'm going to add a little cinnamon. Okay. And, oh, let me see. I'm going to add these are dates. And put, and I might add a few little raisins. I just load it up. Okay, then we're going to add, let me see, my blueberries. Add some blueberries. Yes. So you see how that could be a nice healthy breakfast or a nice healthy dinner.
Well, a lot of these are like what people would just add to like oatmeal itself. Whereas you can just have it like this with
Let me see, we have some ice here. Let's see. Okay. So let me see how it's looking in there. It's looking good. So, how many people like their smoothie kind of thick? Yeah, me too. Some people like it watery. That's like drinking chocolate milk. Okay, let's see.
Have you tried that Ninja Creamy yet? Oh, you can make ice cream. You put like all the ingredients in smoothie, but turn it into ice cream.
I'm gonna have to get that.
I haven't gotten one yet.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let me see how we looking here. I'll tell you if you're gonna be okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so how many want chocolate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Since you did such a good job pouring, I guess I should have left this thing on him.
Yeah. You can just throw these away in the trash. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
I can pour these out if you want to start to fill it.
Yeah, I'm. You see, I'm over here like, okay, let me see how you work this. Okay, while he's working on that one, I'm gonna do a fruit smoothie. And I bought since sometimes I'll use just the fruit, sometimes I'll use the organic apple juice, but I decided I was going to use this juice that has apple, carrot, beet, banana, and orange to help liquefy it.
You can use juice if you, in the future, juice that you juice with your smoothies, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, would you say with the smoothie?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
So yeah. Well, yeah. And you mean instead of the milk?
No,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
like, instead of you buying that, if you had
Oh.
made some juice, you could just use juice that you had made, right?
Oh yeah, with the juicer. Oh yeah, that's what I do. And then sometimes if I'm only juicing for 3 days and I don't feel like juicing the rest of the week, I'll get some of this. But I know my juice is more concentrated.
How often would you do like a juice-only diet?
A
Is
juice
that, is
on?
that something you do? Like I've heard people call it like a juice fast.
Yeah. So if you're sick, you're gonna need to do it more often. But if you're not sick, you can do that once in a while. Did everything chop up, or did I hear something? Okay. So like you could, let's say you do it once a month.
Okay.
So you know how you take your car into so you're doing maintenance. Okay, so this has this basically strawberry, pineapple, mangoes, and coconut.
Who's on Team Chocolate?
Team chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the things come on the side.
You just latch it down. Yeah. It's kind of, it seems loose, but it's already locked.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. We about to start this Mercedes Benz up.
You gotta turn the speed dial.
Oh, okay.
You want it to spin faster, then you can turn it up.
Oh, I need to. I'm playing with it. Huh. Oh, you see this? I'm not used to this car.
This is our car.
This like the stick shift. I probably put too much.
Yeah, I think we need a,
I need to loosen it up.
yeah. Ruth can push down the ice.
Oh, you got the, okay.
Judy's spoon. It's down to the bottom.
Okay. That looks like that. It looks like it's almost about to crank it up.
Right? It's so close to flipping over. There we go. Get that down to the bottom.
You forgot the little thingy.
Yeah.
And, come on, buddy.
No, it's not malfunctioning. It's just the.
Is this? I put a lot of frozen stuff in there.
Yeah.
See, with the smoothie, I had the milk base. With that, I just had a little bit of juice. There we go. Bam. See, that's like getting a freezy right there. Uh-huh. That look good.
Ooh, that does look good. Do you mind if I try it?
Go right ahead, because I'm ready to try it. That's good.
Make my knees.
Make you weak in the knee. Okay, let me see what the Cadillac did over here. Thank you. I put in here the apple, carrot, beet, banana, orange, And then I added the assortment of fruit and put a little ice in it. Mm. And yeah, we could open up a little fruit stand, you know.
So wait a minute, we missed that over here. What were you saying?
Would you like some? Okay. Oh, what? I'm like,
Everybody want a fruit smoothie?
you might want to give them in the small cups, and then because I'm gonna use that for. Do y'all still want y'all vanilla?
Yes.
Okay, so say them for the vanilla.
Okay.
Oh, my container over there. I was like, what happened to my container?
What did you put in there, Dr. Diane? What all did you put in there? I saw the bag of few, and then the juice here.
And,
What else did you
and then I just added a little bit of ice. Oh no, the blender.
Just a little bit of ice.
Just a little. And that was it.
Dr. Collins, are we taking in a lot of calories on this, what we're doing here? No?
No, because the juice. So that doesn't have a lot of calories. The juice doesn't have a lot of calories. And you had a small cup of smoothie, so you're good.
So, yeah, okay.
Then you might be regular tomorrow, but it's all good.
I don't need anything, so.
Yeah, see, I'm
Just eating?
no, because I usually don't. I usually don't eat after about 6.
As long as I don't get through a spoon, I'm not eating.
Yeah, no, that's you fine. Yes.
Calories from a fruit or vegetable is different than calories from salads. It's like a different food, right?
That's a very big conversation. I would say like calories are calories, but its quality does more. You know what I mean? It's like a gallon of gas is still a gallon of
I probably need to get this rinsed down.
with the basic, or you go with the premium plus. You know, it still is a gallon of gas.
Can I get somebody to rinse this for me? Not unless y'all don't mind y'all vanilla. If y'all don't like chocolate, you don't want it mixed.
I lose weight.
You lose.
When you drink smoothies?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people drink smoothies to lose weight.
You know, 600 calorie smoothie, it's like you might have been eating an 800 calorie meal. You know, so even if it is quote unquote quote calorie dense, it's gonna keep you.
You want to pay for that?
Thank you. Like I'll throw, you know, nut butters in there, I'll throw fats in there. Yeah. Ooh, this is a good avocado with chocolate. Yeah.
Do you ever use moringa powder?
Oh no, I haven't used it. I haven't used that not with the smoothie, but
It's, I does not taste very good, but it's very healthy for you, and I put it in my smoothie, or, you know, something like that. It's actually, it's some medicine, it has a lot of medicinal value.
okay. So while y'all doing that, I'm gonna be playing my game in between. Okay, the name of the game is Who Am I? Okay, I help in the cleansing and detoxing of the body. Who am I?
Celery.
Blueberries.
Who?
Blueberries?
A type? It's a type. A type? No. What class is it in?
That's juicy.
Yes. Fruits are cleansers.
Oh, okay, the type.
Uh-huh. So, and it's best to eat fruits in the morning or by themselves because they digest faster. So if you eat them with other foods, they get stuck in the body because other foods take longer to digest. So the fruit will get trapped inside. Okay. We are considered the builders in the body. Who are the builders? Fruits have a partner. Who? Yes. Your vegetables are your builders. They help to build up the body. The fruit cleanses, the vegetables are the builder. Okay. I help move things along. Who am I? Fiber. Yes, fiber. So it's important to get fiber in that diet. So, and it's very important for diabetics. Why? So, okay, I help slow down the rate that the blood sugar goes into the bloodstream. Who am I? Somebody just said it earlier. It's the same as the last person. Fiber. Fiber slows down. So if you eat a grape doesn't have fiber. So when you eat it, it goes into the bloodstream and spike your blood sugar. The fiber is what slows it down. That's why you need fiber. So let me get this one going, and then I'll give you some more. Oh, we're doing vanilla. Huh?
What are examples of fiber?
Well, yeah, just like you just had fiber inside that. Fruits, vegetables are fiber, oatmeal are fiber. It's fiber in whole foods. And so like brown rice have fiber. Salad has fiber. It's fiber in the roughage. It's probably no fiber in potato chips. It's no fiber in grapes. You can kind of visualize the foods that might not have fiber. There's no fiber in jelly. So
So what do you eat between the juicing and the smoothies?
well, I have a smoothie almost every day. I have a smoothie, but that's my breakfast. And then I have a salad for lunch, some type of salad, whether it's a taco salad, and the taco salad is the bomb. Whether it's a vegetarian chicken salad, and they have vegetarian chicken that tastes like chicken. So when I make it, people don't know that it's not chicken. They be like, "You sure it's not chicken?" I'm like, "No, it's not chicken." So let me find my protein. I like the corn, and so the last time I was trying to get corn, in fact, I'm gonna call the company because I haven't seen it in the store here lately. I'm like, what's going on? So I might have to create another source, but the rest of I found the rest of their products. I just haven't found that one. So okay, so these are like Sprouts. They have the individual packs, probably like considered a serving size. So I picked up a couple of those because I knew that I would have some vanilla people in the class.
Do you do smoothies in the winter time too?
Hmm.
Do you do smoothies in the winter?
Oh, I'm a smoothie girl all year round.
I love smoothies, but they seem to make me cold.
They do make you cold. They do make you cold, but that's when if you're going out, you turn the heat on in the car. Then I have a sauna, so I go sit in my sauna and warm up, or you warm up not long afterwards. It's just like first thing when you eat it.
Do you always put protein powder in your smoothies? Is that
Yeah.
your protein?
Yeah, because otherwise I'll just feel like I'm drinking milk.
Since you don't eat fried chicken?
Right. Right. Well, they got some vegetarian fried chicken that's just, woo, that's some good stuff.
Well, they have veggie burgers too.
Yeah, they do. Mm-hmm. So let me put some ice in there.
What do you think the best fruit would be?
For
The best fruit?
For what?
In your opinion, for
I don't know. Like, I use bananas a lot because banana is my staple for if I'm making a smoothie. But I like maybe apple.
I think blueberries are probably the best fruit.
Oh yeah, blueberries are good too.
Yeah.
Now, if you're seeing the best fruit that's high in nutrients, the blueberries, but when they say an apple a day keep the doctor away, that's true.
Yeah. Can I tell you a story about blueberries?
Yes, go. We like stories.
I think that probably if y'all come to Trinity and you're in the time, y'all probably know this story. Probably don't know all of it, but some of it. Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
This won't take long. Okay, let me see here. We can do it a little bit more. Okay. Yes. We're ready for you. I could have put some turmeric in there. I forgot all about that.
Did you add any of the nuts in there?
Oh, so we ate. Normally I would if I really want to make it like a dessert, or sometimes I even do that for my breakfast. I'll put top it with a little granola and some pecans or some almonds. It's very tasty. It's a full meal, and sunflower seeds. So you can really make a smoothie a meal. If it's gonna be my meal, this gotta be good. You can't be playing with it, sister.
All right. Who wants vanilla?
Or that look more like blueberry though, huh? Look, I don't feel like I had no chocolate. Maybe I drank it and threw my cup away.
Can I finish the story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me finish my story.
Okay.
This is about blueberries.
Okay.
There's a family here that's been going here for years. They own a health food store in Jeffersonville for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved out to DeSoto. But anyway, the mother was in there. Their mother was in there working. She's an older lady, and she died. She passed out. They called the ambulance and everything. Well, she was dead. They pronounced her dead right there.
Wow.
And while she was dead,
Oh, you can leave that top on.
saw Jesus.
Thank you.
And Jesus was handing her a handful of blueberries. And the woman came back alive, and she told this story.
Wow.
Jesus was handing her a handful of blueberries and said, "Take these blueberries and tell everybody to eat blueberries."
Wow.
Well, when they took her to the hospital and everything, well, the woman came back alive. I mean, they were praying over her and everything. She came back alive, and she told that story. Said Jesus helped her, and she's telling everybody now they eat blueberries. She
Right.
comes to our church. She sits right down from us.
Wow.
And the family, they all sat there, and this is a true story about blueberries. So if Jesus doesn't eat blueberries,
I know that's right. Don't make me eat this whole bag going home.
Has anybody else heard that story?
No.
Y'all heard the story about the woman dying because Pastor Hennessy, he got up and told that because she came down front one day.
You see if this good.
And she died, but he didn't tell the story about blueberries.
It's very fine and it's opposite.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
No, I was just saying.
Look, I don't know what time it is.
Yeah, we're having fun. Don't worry about it. I don't know either.
Okay, let me ask y'all a couple of more questions before I leave. Okay.
Are there any peanuts in this?
I just put on the top. I just
Are
put
those
some.
peanuts on the top? Mm-hmm. Oh, in the granola?
In the granola?
Sam's allergic to peanuts, that's why we're asking.
Oh, do you have a cup with something on top? Yeah. Don't eat that one. Okay, so who am I? When you drink me, I bypass the digestive system and go right into the cells. Who am I?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Who said that? Juice, yeah. Fresh raw juice. I said, when you drink me, I bypass the digestive system and go right into the cells. That's juice. So you know the difference between juice and smoothie? Anybody know the difference between juice and smoothie?
I just think of the metabolic complex of it being all carbs versus being like
What's that back there?
protein.
Pulp, yeah. So with the smoothie, the pulp is in there, which means that your digestive system has to break it down. With the juice, the pulp is not in there, so it goes right into your system and taps into your cells. Now, the person that's sick, they need juice, because when you eat, you're burning energy. You got to burn energy to digest it. And when you're sick, you need all your energy to get you well. So that's why they recommend doing juicing, raw juice, because it helps you.
Should you wait a certain amount of time after you juice to eat a meal?
Well, you could wait maybe like about 20 minutes, and because the juice is going to go in real quick. So after about 20 minutes, you can be prepared for. Okay.
What are your thoughts on caffeine and like in comparison to juice, combination of juice, or in absence? Like, because a lot of people have coffee in the morning. What's your perspective on that, with juice or without?
Well, I'm probably not a good person to ask about coffee. Coffee. So coffee, when I was doing my study, it's part of the cocaine family. So people wonder why they stimulate it. But I always tell, why are you drinking the coffee? Like, it's a lot of people that drink coffee because their body's saying, man, I'm tired. And they're like, I need some coffee to straighten me up so I can get going. Okay, well, the body is communicating all day long. If your body's telling you you're tired, you don't want to drink coffee to give you more energy, because it's giving you a false sense of security, and you can miss all the signal. By the time your body break down, you're in a real hole because you missed all the signal, and you kept drinking coffee or those energy drinks. People have died from drinking energy drinks, but because it's got a lot of caffeine in it. So I'd rather have natural energy than to have a false sense of energy. Okay, I cause you to really have to meditate in the bathroom, causing strain. You're straining. What's going on in the body when you got a strain? What they call that? Yes, constipation. So that's why you need enough fiber going through your system. If you're eating a bunch of fried chicken and French fries, you're not getting a lot of fiber. And so when I used to teach the diabetes class, we would do the virtual menu. So, people would order their little food on the menu. Somebody would have some pasta, chicken Alfredo, or whatever. So then we would have a talk about, I say, well, what do you think about what so-and-so ordered? Is it a balanced meal? Do they need anything else? So somebody would say, they didn't order any vegetables. And then you see some other hands going up. I'd like to add to my order, please. And they'll add a salad or a vegetable because they realize they just ordered, some refined processed food. It tastes good, but, it's not giving you a whole lot of nutrients. Okay? So when you lay down after you eat, I make you feel uncomfortable. And sometimes you feel a heaviness in your chest, or your stomach is feeling a little funny. Who am I? So that could be indigestion or acid reflux. So heartburn. When you're having all of those, that means that your digestive system is off and it needs balancing. Now, a lot of people go get them some drugs and medication, which might help you, but it doesn't heal the problem. Drugs and medication is a Band-Aid. It's trying to give you time to get your stuff together. But if you don't correct the problem, a lot of people don't realize that acid reflux can turn into an esophagus cancer. I actually had a friend that happened to, and then he died. So his father had diabetes. I said, okay, he didn't take the signals from that. So then the doctor was threatening him that you're borderline diabetic. Well, first the doctor said you got fatty liver because he owned 2 businesses and he ate at the restaurant 3 times a day. He got the fatty liver. He didn't take that warning, and then he was like, you borderline diabetic and you diabetic. And then you had the acid reflux, and then it just got crazy. So,
You know that happened to Lionel Richie?
oh, is that who it is?
Yeah.
Wow.
They thought he had some sort of throat cancer or something.
Mm-hmm.
He got a second opinion. Now the doctor told him, "You're just eating too late."
Yeah,
Because he would wait till after the concert and eat, and then he'd have all this indigestion.
yeah.
And
And,
if he stopped eating late, and it went away.
yeah. And so your body have a biological time clock. It's a time when you're supposed to be eating. It's a time where you are absorbing the foods that you take in. And it's a time that you're supposed to eliminate. But if you eat late at night, you're throwing the clocks all off. So that's why a lot of people in the bathroom meditating, you know. They calling on Ernest to help them. But you can get some prunes to help you out a little bit. But no, you just want to eat within, you know, food is good. It's a common denominator, but you want to do it in reason. And so when people invite me to something and they eat real late, I got to pass on the food because I got to take care of me because I don't want to be sick. And so the other thing is that you don't want to pass that responsibility off to your children. And then they having to care for you, you know, sooner than later. And the new generation, they not cut off the same cloth as the old generation. They gonna be stressed. They gonna stick you in a nursing home. I say I got to care for myself because I got to make sure. I need to know where I'm going. I'm not trusting them little jokers to take care of me. Then I know they would try, but no, I didn't seen enough of them that stuck their parent in the nursing home. Then that's gonna make you mad while you're up in there. You're gonna go faster because you can be saying, I gave my whole life to them, and this how they treat me. You mad? So. Okay, so I'm not going to hog up. Oh, let me see. I do have one more. Okay, I got a couple more. I am a live drink. I'm strong, bubbly. I make you belch. Who am I? Yes, kombucha. All right. Okay, the sperm and the egg came together. After fertilization, it created what? Who? Oh, a cell. So it created a cell, and from that single cell became a mass production of cells. So we have trillions of cells in our body, and that's why everything started from a cell. And then when the baby was in the mother's womb, who am I? I connect the mother and the baby. Who am I? Umbilical cord, right. So whatever the mother ate, that's what the baby ate. Then if the mother was eating a whole lot of fried chicken and french fries and a lot of junk food, the cells is made out of a poor quality of cell. You got cell, but it's just not, it's a poor quality. Then if the mother was eating rich foods, brain foods, live foods, salads, like fruits and vegetables are considered live food. They have a host of vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, enzymes. They full of life. They have a seed. Anything that have a seed and has the ability to reproduce is live. It's full of life. So if the mother was eating that, she has her cells is kind of like a Mercedes, a Ninja. So, and she has a strong immune system. So if a gorilla jump on you, you want Mercedes or you want the little Hyundai? Hyundai can get you around, but Hyundai can break down on you too. So you want to make sure that your cells are made of good quality nutrients because that's what's going to produce life. That's going to give you longevity, and it's all about what you want, you know. Well, I guess I will stop there. I got a lot of stuff inside me, so sometimes it just flows out. Okay.
Finish off. I'm going to take the mic from you.
Oh, yes, you can have that back.
Who learned something today? Yeah. What stood out to you guys? Anybody want to share, like, what was the biggest thing that you learned or really enjoyed today?
Feeling when I consume food like that.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like a tangible, noticeable difference.
Oh, man. Dude, the second I had the carrot juice and celery and apple, I was like, okay, this is the real deal. Like, that was so good.
I'm coming to your house for some carrot juice.
Oh, please do, yeah. We'll have a good time. Who else? Anybody else have something that stood out to you?
Difference between the smoothie and the juicing, with the juice going directly to your cells.
Yeah, that was awesome. Man, thank you so much. We really do appreciate that. That was really fun to do more of an interactive. This is the first for the class doing something like this, so this is really, really fun. Just a couple things to announce. We'll close out in some prayer today too, but there's some really cool things. First and foremost, I will just say Dr. Diane paid for all this herself, so if you guys want to help out and scan right there, there'll be a button that just says Donate to Kingdom Health. We'll send that to you afterwards just to help her out for going above and beyond and paying for all these ingredients for everything. So I do want to encourage you guys just to give into that to support her. And then Garrett, do you want to come up here and talk a little bit with me on the gardening challenge? Starting next week, this will be a virtual experience that you guys can join inside of our Kingdom Health Facebook group. And this will be called the Fearless Gardener Challenge. So it's all about how to be able to start your first garden or enhance the garden you're already building at your home, whether you're in a home, an apartment, wherever it might be, and really learn how to tap into just connecting with God through creation and getting into it. I know for me personally, I was scared for a long time to start a garden. Not because like gardens are scary, but like this fear of failure. Like what happens if my dates don't grow? What happens if I plant a pineapple and I'm in the wrong geographical location? Like, does that make me a failure? Like what's going on? And Garrett's got such a great perspective on gardening. So he'll be leading this challenge. You guys can scan the QR code here to join it. Totally free. You just register. It's inside of our Kingdom Health Facebook group if you're already in there. So I encourage you guys to join that. But Garrett, do you want to share a little bit on that, your heart for it and everything?
Yeah, it's we're calling it Fearless Gardener because, as he said, there's the aspect of doing something you've never done specifically with gardening. And in this season, for me, Patrick likes to he's calling it a bulking season. So my whole life, even though like I'm kind of taller and answers come to me and things like that, I've kind of inhibited myself. And so I developed a posture like this my whole life, and I wouldn't really express myself. And like I'd be scared to sing or play guitar in front of people, even though God gave me that ability. So while physically we're manifesting becoming fearless and trying a garden, it's also about that spiritual impact of what is God calling you to do in your life. He's saying, hey, I prepared this for you. I have this path for you. I want you to come on this journey with me. Here's my hand. We've been scared. But now this is an opportunity. Hey, let's come together as a group because that's what God calls us to do. He wants to commune with us in unity. And so that's what we're inviting everyone to do is come with us. This is an opportunity gardening physically and then spiritually, what is God calling us to do? And so it's an open invitation to everyone online. We're super happy to have you all with us.
Yeah, we'd love for you guys to join that. And just on the back end too, if you guys don't know, we are in the planning phases of building a garden here at Trinity. And great things are moving on the back end. I just want to share that with you guys. We got some stuff planned up. Just again, nothing is immediate. Right? This is something that takes time. We've been talking about this for like almost a year now, but now things are really moving to where this is looking a lot more real and tangible coming up. So be excited for that. If you guys get, the Lord sends you ideas on that, the Lord sends you inspiration for that, like send us pictures of your favorite like walkable gardens and places that you've been. Sam and I went to like the Meadows Foundation in Dallas, and they have a beautiful 1 acre farm with a walkable garden that has a 1/8 of a mile track around it, and then they're building a playground right next to it. So one of the visions we have is to have an area that's kind of like a farm, an area that's like a walkable garden, and then, potentially even like workout equipment, like calisthenics stuff, different pieces there. So just be praying into that, guys. We just ask that you partner up with this vision, and that we as a community can build something that's just phenomenal for generations to come, right? Something that doesn't just get built and disappears after 20 years, but is here for those who are coming after us. So just thank you guys for being a part of that. I wanted to keep you updated with everything that's going along there. So let's go ahead and we'll just close out in prayer. Lord, man, thank you that your food just is an echo of how we just get to come alive with you, Jesus. It's so cool to see that, as the carrot and apple and celery juice just touched my tongue, God, it just felt alive. It felt like this food was imbued with your creation. It was imbued with your love, Lord. The second you made the carrots, when you made the apples, when you made the celery here on earth, you predetermined them to have these nutritional qualities that just bring our body alive and hydrate us on a cellular level, nourish us on a deep level that, is just so insanely beautiful, God. And I thank you that each of these foods has medicinal value, to where there are healing properties in the roots, healing properties in the fruits, healing properties in the vegetables, healing properties in the seeds, healing properties in anything that you have made to be food here on the earth, God. And I thank you that, we get to partner up with you as we bring our bodies into this restored state, Lord, as we bring our bodies into this place where we are restored in the name of Jesus to the full and right standing for where our healthy bodies have always been called to be, Lord. So just these strategies you're giving us, let them sink in. Let the things we've learned today become habits. Let the things we've learned today be integrated into the cultures of our family, God. I just pray into smoothie purchases, juicer machines, Lord. And I just pray longevity on those machines and lots of use, God. Let today just be a seed for, this consistency with feeding the body beautiful foods and not succumbing to excuses like it's late at night, the only thing open is McDonald's. Your blender is also open right now, and you have plenty of opportunity to use it. So, God, we just partner with you in that truth, and we partner with you that, healthy food is convenient. Lord, that there are convenient ways to have quick, delicious, and nutritious foods, God. So if there's ever been any lie on anyone here in the room, on the live stream, or in the community that healthy foods are unavailable because of a lack of time, because of a lack of ability, because of a lack of, just anything, God, we just release that lie here today in the name of Jesus and say that we partner with you with the delicious foods that you have placed here on this earth. And I'm just so thankful you made them delicious too and didn't make them taste like dirt. So thank you for the blueberries, Lord. Thank you for the apples. Thank you for all of creation. And I pray that we as a family get to feed our family with these beautiful things you've made. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for coming on in today. Again, you can scan this QR code if you want to connect with any of the things that we talked about there. And I just appreciate you guys for coming on in. Next week, we're going to have Dr. Theo with Momentum Chiropractic coming in. He will be sharing a session then. It's going to be a blast. I encourage you guys to join. Bring a friend. There will be no smoothies on that day, sadly, unless he's got something hidden in the back of the tank. So we'll see what he has to bring to the table, y'all. All right. Thank you, guys. Take care, everyone.